What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. So as you guys know, on Monday we did a Darius Garland San Antonio Spurs rebuild. Also, the last time we did Cavaliers video, we kept Darius Garland and traded away Donovan Mitchell, but recent reports have really suggested that Donovan Mitchell is going to be the one to stay, it feels like. And right after the Cavaliers were eliminated, it was stated that Darius Garland would probably request a trade if Donovan Mitchell was staying. So basically, in today's video, we're doing the reverse side of both of those previous videos. So let's just go ahead and jump in and do a trading away Darius Garland, building around Donovan Mitchell, Cavaliers rebuild. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you are new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. Also want to quickly say, rest in peace to the logo. Jerry West has unfortunately passed away, so rest in peace to him. So just want to say that. So a big rest in peace to Jerry West. But with that all being said, this is the same trade that we did on Monday, so I'm basically just going to go ahead and keep it the same. Once again, I'll clarify by saying this. I'm not sure if this is Darius Garland's trade value. Obviously, when he was playing by himself without Donovan Mitchell, he was fantastic, an all-star. Last year, kind of a down year for him, so would his trade value be down? Or would teams really look at him and be like, okay, if he was in a lone situation again, would he be the all-star he once was? Not sure, but basically what it is Keldon Johnson, Zach Collins, pick 4, Champagnie, and the Charlotte pick for Darius Garland. So let's go ahead and make that happen. Of course, we're going to override that to start this video. So Garland is now in San Antonio, while we have Keldon Johnson, Zach Collins, pick 4, and Julian Champagnie, and the Charlotte pick. So I think Keldon Johnson's a pretty solid backcourt mate to pair with Donovan Mitchell. So I think what we'll do is now, while we obviously could bring in a traditional point guard, I think I'm going to move Mitchell to point guard, and then I'm going to play Keldon Johnson the 2 guard. I think that's what I'm going to do, because Keldon, he's 6'5", so I think I'd rather play him at the shooting guard rather than playing him at the wing. And then we're going to see what we can get at pick number 4, and then we'll still look at Jarrett Allen trades as well. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at what we get at pick 4 first, and then we'll see what we really need for Jarrett Allen. We also could just keep him as well. We could just keep Mobley and Allen together, but we are going to go ahead, jump into this draft pick at 4 and 20. But I guess we should go ahead and start with this. So JB Bickerstaff, of course, got fired in real life, so we can fire him. So it sounds like James Marengo is the favorite to get the job right now. I believe he is in 2K. So if I can get him, that's probably who I'll go with. So I'm going to go ahead and fill out this coaching staff. Now that, Garland is gone and we got Mitchell in town, or Mitchell staying, we're going to fill out this coaching staff. We'll jump into draft night. And we'll, obviously I'll show you who we get with pick number 4 and number 20 in this draft. Today's video is brought to you by DGF's Optimizer. If you play on apps such as PrizePicks, Underdog, or any other DFS app, having a tool like this is so clutch at finding good plays right in front of you without having to do any research whatsoever. For example, we have a good NBA play on the board for the NBA Finals Game 3 tonight. We got Jason Tatum plus Kyrie Irving to combine for over 50 points. Actually played this in Game 2. Definitely killed me. Tatum barely scored. Obviously was really, dishing the rock, and Kyrie didn't have a good game either. So, I would be okay with going back to this though. If I, was looking to build a slip right now. So, that's a good play. You also have a few fantasy scores here as well. Do we have any other NBA plays on the board? It doesn't really look like it, unfortunately. So, yeah, obviously with only one NBA game, I guess got Drew Holiday. The books are favoring under blocks. So basically what this tool does, it compares discrepancies across sports books, and it also shows you the juice on sports books. So basically, as you can see, books are favoring for Kyrie and Tatum to go over 49.5, which is why this would be a good play over the long term. Doesn't mean it's going to work out every time, as I told you guys, but I absolutely love this tool. Been crushing with this as of late. So make sure to check it out. Link is down in the description below. Use code Crushables, 25% off your first month when you use code Crushables. And of course, I use an app such as PrizePicks, so I'm also partnered with PrizePicks, is the DFS app. It enhances your viewing experience for whatever sport you want to watch. You got WNBA, MLB, you got esports, all kinds of options to choose from. You even got golf on here, soccer, hockey, all kinds of options. So if you wanted to go to Kyrie over 23.5 points and you wanted to combine that with Tatum's rebounds, assists, you absolutely can do so. And when you play a star in these NBA finals, you actually get a 10% payout boost. So this actually becomes a 3.3x rather than your usual 3x. And I got a couple sweats for tonight that I built using the DG Fantasy Optimizer. So we got this one down in the last leg, Kyrie Irving over 3.5 rebounds. So hopefully we can get that. Combine it with the taco that PrizePicks runs every Tuesday. You got a couple baseball props, and then fortunately this one does not move on to today. JP Sears sucks, unfortunately, but as I think I showed you guys this one on Monday. But yeah, make sure to check out PrizePicks. Link is down in the description below. They match first deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. Hopefully Luka and Kyrie grab some boards tonight. Other than that, and hopefully they win game 3 because I want to see more basketball. I don't want this series to end in like 4. Like, win game 3 tonight. Other than that, let's get back to the video. All right, coaching staff is completely filled out now. James Marengo is our head coach here in Cleveland, and now we can jump into draft night and see who we can get at pick 4 and 20. I know who I want to draft, but we'll just kind of see how the board falls. So 1 is going to be Montez Buzelis. Number 2 is going to be Alex Sarr. Okay, 1 more pick until he's with us. And Isaiah Collier. Okay, so exactly who I wanted. Not that I think he's going to fall this far, but I want Zachary Richichet here. I think he'd be a perfect fit for this Cleveland team, so I'm going to take him at pick 4. Would he fall to 4? Probably not in real life. It sounds like he's going top 2, top 3. And then at pick number 20, we got Donovan Klingons on the board, Dalton Connect. But I think both these guys are going in the lottery. So I'm going to go ahead and pass on him. I'm going to instead take Keelan Ware out of Indiana, who also might go in the lottery as well, but it's not as like set in stone. I think obviously, Donovan Klingons getting like top 4 buzz, top 3 buzz, and then Dalton Connect could probably go as high as Detroit because Detroit could need some floor spacing. So yeah, so Richichet and Keelan Ware, pretty good draft, and then player options, nothing going on there. Qualifying offers, Isaac Okoro, somebody I definitely want to bring back, and then we'll look at Isaiah Mobley as well. Keep his brother happy. We don't really have the money to do anything crazy here, so I'm just going to simply re-sign Isaac Okoro, and then everyone else, I'm not bringing back Thompson, Marcus Morris, or anything like that. So we're going to go ahead and renounce pretty much everybody other than Mobley, because like I said, we want to keep his brother happy. So I'll re-sign Isaac Okoro. He develops nicely in 2K as at least a bench piece. So now, when you look at our rotation, you got Donovan Mitchell, Craig Porter Jr., LeVert and Keldon Johnson as our backcourt duo as shooting guard spot. And then small forward, you got, Zach Richichet, Max Strus, Isaac Okoro. You got Evan Mobley, Georges Niang, and then you got Jarrett Allen and Zach Collins. So not bad. We could simply just keep Jarrett Allen, and then obviously, like I said, we'll slide Evan Mobley to the 4, or to the 5, I should say. But it does sound like they are going to part ways with Jarrett Allen this offseason, so I do kind of want to fit that narrative there. So what I think I'll do is I'll kind of look at the idea of trading for a forward. So I do want to start Zachary Richichet, so he'll be our starting small forward or power forward, whatever we want to do. So I guess what I need to really look for is a floor spacing wing, if I can find that, and a 3-and-D wing preferably, which isn't going to be easy to find, obviously, because we don't have like a ton of draft picks by any means to send out. We got the Charlotte pick now that might be helpful, but other than that, not a lot of assets to work with. We got to resign Donovan Mitchell next year. Obviously, could sign the extension this offseason. We got our backup 5 in Zach Collins, which feels good, but let's go see if we can get a 3-and-D wing that might be available to us. Obviously, like I said, gonna be tough to find, but Jarrett Allen should be someone that's high in demand, so maybe we can make it happen. I actually just thought of a great idea. I know I said a 3-and-D wing, and I'm not sure they're going to accept this, but this does make sense for both parties involved if they were to do something like this. Obviously, we're going to go to the Pelicans, and we're talking about Brandon Ingram. So we could pair Brandon Ingram with Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley. I don't hate it. So we give them Jarrett Allen. So we'd slide Richichet probably to the power forward spot. And the floor space is going to be just fine. Obviously, Evan Mobley has to increase his volume from 3, but we know he's capable of at least hitting some. Shot 37% apparently on the season. That might be low volume, though. And then Jarrett Allen, we're going to obviously offer in this trade. So Ingram for Allen swap, basically. We know the Pelicans need a better 5. And we think Brandon Ingram would be the answer to all of our problems. So we could do something like this. So, and then I can give them, maybe not Keelan Ware, but let's say we gave them what do we want to throw in here? Do we want to throw like Strus in here? Probably not Max Strus. Isaac Okoro, we just signed him. Maybe it's like a sign and trade scenario, but I don't think I'll do that. So what I'll do instead is maybe I give them Karis LeVert. That way we give Isaac Okoro minutes. So what if we threw like Allen and LeVert for Ingram? Would they accept this? And then no picks involved. Would they just do this as a swap? That way Okoro can get minutes at the 2 or whatever, or Strus will get those backup minutes there, whatever we want to do. So because we're not going to re-sign LeVert more than likely. I think he also regresses in 2K. So Allen and LeVert for Ingram. What do you say? They want Max Strus. They'll give me Dyson Daniels. Usually I would do this, but because Dyson Daniels actually gets better in 2K. Do I want Dyson Daniels? It's not bad. I would hate to give up Max Strus because I feel like he was a really good piece for the Cavaliers. 35% from 3 last year. We only have to give up a second, so we're not giving up a first. I know Dyson Daniels' ceiling would be a lot higher in 2K because obviously he develops pretty nicely. Do we need a backup point guard though? So we have Craig Porter. Sam Merrill will be our new 2 if we do this, which I don't hate necessarily. Or no, I guess it'd be Dyson Daniels in this. Well, depending on what you know what? I don't hate it. You know what? Let's do this. I hate to give up Max Strus, but the fact of the matter is we're getting Ingram and Dyson Daniels, and we know Dyson Daniels like upgrades in 2K pretty nicely. So we're gonna do this trade. So just like that, we get Brandon Ingram and Dyson Daniels. So We'll figure out what we're going to do with Dyson Daniels. Maybe play him. We'll probably play him at point guard for now. That way Merrill gets those 2 minutes. And then Ricochet, Ingram, like I said, we'll move things down now. So what we'll do is we'll slide Evan Mobley to the 5, which will look good there. So he doesn't go down in overall either, which is great. And then we will mess with Ricochet and Brandon Ingram, you know, being that power forward, small forward rotation. So I like it. And then we'll send Keelan Ware to the G League for year 1. But I think we have successfully put a nice little roster around Donovan Mitchell going into next season. So obviously we hope Mobley takes a jump. We obviously, Isaiah Mobley's back as well. Ingram does go down. Keldon John goes down because obviously we moved their positions around. That's why these guys are regressing. But Mobley up to an 89, which is fantastic to see. Daniels up to a 77. Craig Porter is developing as well. Georges Niang is down there. Okoro is developing. So all really good to see. Really, you know, really nice, lovely to see. So let's get a next season rotation though, and we'll figure out what this is truly about to look like, and I can't wait. So Ricochet will probably start the power forward for us. Like I said, we'll have Emma Mobley at that 5 and then Ingram at that 3 spot. And I think this team could definitely make some noise in the Eastern Conference, and just a little bit of a reshuffle around, you know, Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley. So I'm going to release... man, I don't know if there's anybody like that's an easy release here. We have to cut at least 2 players. So I guess it'd be Ty Jerome, and then maybe it does have to be Craig Porter. Do I want to cut Craig Porter? I mean, we just got Dyson Daniels, who obviously I'm going to give a lot more stock to. So yeah, I hate to do it. I think Cavs fans might hate me for that though. Do I release Amani Bates? Maybe I just release Amani Bates. I know there's you know, there used to be a lot of buzz around Amani Bates, but I think I'm just going to release him. And that might piss someone off, but whatever. So let's get into next season. Firing is going to last 9th overall. Donovan Mitchell, Keldon Johnson, Brandon Ingram. Now, they do want to start Dean Wade, but as I mentioned already, we are going to start Ricochet. So I will fix the rotation up as I wanted to. But for now, under James Marengo, once we obviously put Ricochet back in here, this will be looking nice and dandy. So let's get into next season. Let's see how this goes, and I cannot wait to figure out how this team does all together now that we've reshuffled the deck around Donovan Mitchell. So at the end of this season, Shea wins MVP, Sarge your Rookie of the Year, Joe Val 6-Man, Wemby Defensive Player, Amon Most Improved, and Luka Clutch Player, and Chris Finch is your coach, Aaron Murphy is your executive. So here's your All-NBA first team, All-NBA second team, and All-NBA third team, All-Defensive first team, and All-Defensive second team. So it didn't look like, I guess we get Ricochet making All-Rookie first team, which is good to see. So he averages 13 points with 36% shooting from 3, which is fantastic. And now we end up as the third seed in the Eastern Conference. So after moving on from Garland and Allen, we have ourselves a nice little third seed appearance. So 24 points from Mitchell, 21 from Ingram, 19 from Mobley, 13 from Ricochet, 13 from Zach Collins, 11 from Keldon, and 6 from Isaac Okoro. So get the Indiana Pacers round 1. So hopefully we can come out here and get a series under our belt. Obviously, we still are on the jury of trying to convince Donovan Mitchell to stay here. So they actually have benched Keldon Johnson. He's like the last player coming off the bench now, which is pretty interesting. So definitely we'll keep note of that going forward. So maybe we could find a traditional point guard this offseason, maybe. If we don't think we want to keep Mitchell at the 2 or at the 1, but we'll see. So somebody come around against Indiana, and we are going to even up with them, and we got a huge game 5 ahead of us. So all respect to Indiana. They have a good roster. So Keldon is going to start. Okoro is ice cold, which isn't great. But all right, let's see if we can come out here and win this pivotal game 5 to obviously give us an advantage going to game 6. But it doesn't look like we're going to win unless we take it at the end, which we do. Wow. So we went on a crazy run there at the end. 39 from Mitchell, 28 from Ingram, and 20 from Mobley. So game 6, this time in Indiana. Let's see if we can close them out to move on to the second round, just like last year. And it's looking good so far as long as we don't blow the lead here. And we are going to go to round 2. So we beat them by 6 there. And Mobley dropped 39, which is great to see. And now we get Milwaukee in round 2. And we got Philadelphia and Miami on the other side. So Milwaukee, of course, has Damon Giannis. So we definitely have our work cut out for us. They've also acquired Tobias and Gary Trent. So if the Bucks could do that in real life, I think they'd be obviously extremely happy with that. But more, I'm assuming that both these guys like sign minimums or something. So yeah, Tobias Harris signed a minimum. And I assume Gary Trent did as well. So yeah, like a small MLE, which I don't even know if the Bucks would have that in real life. I don't know what their money situation looks like, but all right, so I might go around against the Bucks to see if we can go on to the East Conference Finals in year 1 under Mitchell, and we beat them in 6, so we're in the East Conference Finals immediately. And now we get the Philadelphia 76ers, Minnesota, and Denver on the other side. So we got Kennedy Chandler as the starting point guard, and wow, this team, or no, I was about to say this team lose Maxey, but Maxey's right there. They got OG, which obviously be a really good addition, but OG more than likely I assume is going back to the Knicks. But let's see what happens, man. Game 1, 1-0. Game 2, 2-0. Game 3, hopefully win game 4. Yep, and we're going to the Finals. Let's go, bro. Year one. I know the Cavs are usually good in 2K, but we definitely, messed with it a little bit. And the fact that we still made it all the way to the finals is a great feeling. But we do get Anthony Edwards in the Timberwolves, so we'll see how this goes. Mitchell versus Edwards should be a ton of fun. Our starting five is set in stone and ready to go here. So let's see if we can win the NBA Finals here. So game one goes to us. Game two goes to us. Game three goes to us. Wow, I didn't expect to win in year one like that. We even swept the Minnesota Timberwolves. But year one, we get a championship out of the way. Obviously, I'm going to keep going, but that feels great. Evan Mobley shot 15% from three in the finals. Not great, but hey, still won Finals MVP. Averaged 2 steals and 2 blocks. Was a good defensive player, and we swept them. So that has to feel pretty good. Obviously, now, I think we just kind of focus on continuity. Now, the Charlotte pick, of course, is going to go back to them because it was lottery protected. And it might be protected next year as well. So it's not like I can just, be banking on that pick to be really good next year. The Warriors got one, I saw. So James Brango ended up being a really good hire. We got a championship in year number one. Can't really be too mad about that. Give me Jacob Underwood to be our assistant, maybe? And he does. So Underwood will be our assistant. And then we need a big man coach. Then we are ready for next year. So we could also make a trade here because I think Keelan Ware will come out of the G League. And Zach Collins could, his money could be used to make a trade if we wanted to. We have 21 and 25 in the second round. I'm not too concerned about that. Now, as I mentioned, Mitchell is going to be a huge re-sign here, and then Ingram's a free agent as well. Mobley's a free agent. We're definitely going to be a second apron team after all this is said and done. So, yeah, we got a lot of money to spend here. But obviously, we are going to spend it. So, Mitchell, Mobley, and Ingram come on down. That's 3 max contracts. Something you really don't want to do in this new CBA, but here we are doing it anyway. So, yeah, that's going to be tough to upgrade this team even further than it is. So I assume after all that, we're more than likely a second apron team. I assume there's no cap holds I need to worry about. So let's go take a look at that. So I think that is, I always forget where that's at. That is right here. Boom. Okay. Cap holds, nothing. All right. So let's see what our finance situation is now that that has all been taken care of. So we are now a second apron team, $205 million. So we can't really make like any trades. We can't aggregate contracts together. Not that I like really want to do anything too crazy because I do like this team, how it's set, but we are expensive for sure. So I think if there was one thing I would do is I would move, Zach Collins for maybe a, backup wing or something. I don't know. Maybe something like that. So I also could just roll Zach Collins and slide him to power forward. He's played power forward in the past. Obviously in Portland, he played some power forward. He shot 30% from 3. I'll look at the trade market for him and see if there's anything out there. So let's throw Zach Collins and maybe the Charlotte pick and see if anything intriguing pops up. We can't take back more salary than we're getting in a trade. We cannot aggregate contracts either. Nick Richards and Grant Williams, Robinson, Rui. Getting Rui would be interesting. We give them, they give us a pick back. I think I might just roll with the squad as is. I mean, we just won a championship with this, so maybe we just keep things how they are. Could get Robert Williams, but nothing I'm really seeing at the moment. So I think I might take this to the deadline, and I think that's probably the best way to do this. So let's go look at player progression, though, and let's see what this is about to look like. So player progression, we have Mitchell up to 93, Mobley 91, Ingram 87, Ricochet 81, Daniels 81, Collins 80, Coro 80, and then Keldon Johnson. A little disappointed about him not moving at all. I don't get Keldon Johnson very often in rebuilds, so kind of feels cool to have him, but I know I could move him back to small forward. He would go up in overall, but man, am I a little disappointed about where he's at. But let's get it next season. Let's see if we go back to back. That'd be really cool if we go back to back. Obviously got one out of the way already, so if we don't, no big deal, but let's try to make it happen. And if I do stop at the deadline and maybe move Zach Collins for something, I will show you. So I'm going to make this trade with the Detroit Pistons where we send Zach Collins over to Detroit for Isaiah Stewart. Reason being, Stewart is a little bit better of a three-point shooter. As you can see, Zach Collins is shooting 27% from 3. And also, I know Zach Collins is a free agent here, and we're getting a guy that's under contract for the next 2 years who's a little bit cheaper, so we're saving some money. Actually, 3 years if we really wanted to. And maybe Detroit wants to get off his contract and they have big money spending plans. I don't know. We're going to go ahead and do this trade, though, where we just get a little bit of a different situation to the power forward spot. Nothing too crazy, but it is a trade nonetheless, so I want to show you guys that. And we'll keep going. So here's rotation as it is right now, of course. And we'll keep going with this. So team is doing fairly well right now, 34 and 18. Hopefully we can continue that trend, and hopefully this team can go win another ring. So Shea's your back-to-back MVP. Cooper Flagg is Rookie of the Year on the Lakers. Jalen Green, 6-man, Wemby Defensive Player. Jose Alvarado, Most Improved. And Keontae George, Clutch Player. And Mark is your Coach of the Year. So didn't the Warriors have number 1 overall? They didn't take Cooper Flagg. Interesting. I assume they maybe took Ace Bailey or Dylan Harper instead. But offensive team, do we get a... No, we do not get an Evan Mobley appearance. Was kind of hoping to see that, but unfortunately, no. So we are the 13th in the East once again, and I want to see who the Warriors took with their first overall pick. So let's see who they did take. At least I thought they had number 1 overall, right? They took Dylan Harper at number 1 overall. So they took Dylan Harper. I guess they wanted the successor to Stephen Curry potentially. I'm not sure, but we get the Raptors in round 1. So obviously we're trying to go for a back-to-back championship here. So let's see if we can do it. I'm going to go back to an 8-man rotation for these playoffs. That's going to kick Keelan Ware out of the rotation, but no big deal, I don't think anyway. And Raptors, they have Quickly, Ryan Dunn, RJ Barrett, Barnes, Jakob Grady Dick, Brogdon, Achua, and Olynyk. So a pretty solid team in Toronto. Do we go back-to-back? Here's the question, as we have an early test in round 1, and we're going to a game 7. So game 7 against Toronto. Once upon a time, the Cavaliers used to own the Raptors, but that was back when LeBron was in town. That was LeBronto era. But can we continue the LeBronto era, even though LeBron's not here, and we do beat him 108-131 W. So Donovan Mitchell gets it done in game 7, and now we get the 7-seeded Hornets. So we could have potentially played the team we made a trade with at the deadline, but they get knocked out in round 1 by the Hornets. And the Hornets, on the other hand, have LaMelo, Trey Mann, Brendan Miller, Ron Holland, Mark Williams, Grant Williams, Nick Richards, and Simone Fontecchio. So I'm honestly not too intimidated by the Charlotte roster, but let's see what happens. Someone in current round, and we are going to be in an even series with them. Pivotal game 5 here in Cleveland. Obviously would love to. You know what I didn't say in the very first season? Speaking of Cleveland, I should have said, Cleveland, this is for you, but I didn't say it. My bad. Maybe I get a chance to say it this time around. So we do win game 5, and now we got to win game 6, and we are in the conference finals in back-to-back years. So Isaiah Stewart's going to start in game 5, I guess, or game 6, I should say. So let's see if we can come out here and close the Hornets out in 6 in Charlotte to get back to the conference finals. And we got ourselves a sweat here. We are going to beat them and go back to the conference finals. That is a W. And we got the Indiana Pacers and the Knicks fighting it out once again. The Thunder are, in the conference finals this time around. So obviously, if we run into the Thunder, they might have something to say about our plans to go back to back, as they got Jalen Duren and DeRozan. Very interesting. All right. New York Knicks, though, obviously these two teams played each other years ago in the first round, and the Knicks absolutely embarrassed them when people thought it'd be a more competitive series. So hopefully we can return the favor. Someone in current round, and we got a 3-2 lead, and we're in the NBA Finals again. Let's go. So back-to-back finals appearances, but this time it is not the Timberwolves. We get the Thunder instead, which obviously is going to be a little bit tougher to beat. They got Shea, Giddey, Lou Dort. We saw that they have Duren and then DeRozan off their bench. So we'll give it. Oh, they got Tijon Salon as well. All right. We'll give it our best try. Not really sure what to expect here. Isaiah Stewart is still starting. I wonder if they want to fix that. So Rishi Shea is going to be back to starting lineup. Game 1, 1-0, starting off pretty good here. So that's a good start. Game 2, they even it up. They beat us bad in game 2. Game 3, 2-1. Game 4, 3-1. And we're going to go back to back. We got to go Simcast the rest of the way, because obviously the Thunder have a little bit of a problem with us going back to back, as we are one game away. Don't blow the 3-1 lead here. We're the team that comes back from 3-1, back then against the Warriors. So let's see if we can close them out here. We got ourselves a close game here. Oh, man, we had it. But now I go to a game 7 in OKC. Damn. All right, game 7, Oklahoma City. This is for the back-to-back championship, man. Come out here firing, bro. Let's blow them out. Come on. All right, so we have a lead in the first quarter. Doesn't mean anything, of course. All right, so we got ourselves a fairly close game here, but we have a good lead in the fourth. Don't blow this, though. If we blow this, we're terrible. Hopefully we don't blow this. 7 minutes left. Got a 25-point lead. There's no way we blow this. I think we might be your... Wait a minute. I might have spoken too soon. They're kind of creeping up a little bit. No, I think we did it. So we are your back-to-back champions. Cleveland, this is for you, baby. Let's go. So without further ado, we go for the three-peat, right? We have to go for the three-peat. So three-peat, let's go for it. We just beat the Thunder, so it looks like we might be able to do it, because the Thunder are always a team you got to worry about. So Magic go 1. They got the Suns pick, so Matt Ishbia's probably doesn't care, but all the Suns fans are probably mauling, I guess. You're not going to like the Suns if you care about a 17-year-old or a third grader or whatever, whatever he said, man. Matt Ishbia is a psychopath. But let's go ahead and get a guard guru, and I'm not seeing one. Doesn't matter if we get one. There it is. So we actually have a good one. This is Bernard Stevens. Welcome to Cleveland. So join the winning side. Let's go straight past the draft, because at this point, it doesn't even matter who we get. So did we even have a first-round pick? We did. We got Killian Anthony, which I'm actually happy with that pick. So we'll take Killian Anthony. We'll accept all of these. And then qualifying offers Dyson Daniels, who probably is about to ask for a max contract. And as you guys know, I cannot give that to him. $23 million is not a max, but still steep. Now, I unfortunately do not want to pay him. So hopefully nobody offers him a contract. He just comes back as a qualifying offer. But we'll see if we get that lucky. So let's just, skim through free agency. I believe we pretty much everybody else locked up, right? Craig Porter still here. Merrill, Coro, Stewart. Yeah, so we're all good. I mean, I guess if we lose Daniels, it wouldn't be the end of the world, but definitely still a huge part of our championship success. So I definitely would love to have him back for this final season. And he will be back on his qualifying offer worth $10 million. W. Okay, so 84 overall for him. Everyone's still developing. We're going to go in this third and final season, looking to go for the 3P tier. And we'll see if we make it happen. So let's just get straight into it. No stopping the deadline this time around. I'm cool with this team the way it is. Pirates going to land a second overall. Let's see if we get the first seed this year. We haven't gotten that. We've gotten the third seed back-to-back years. But hey, maybe we want to continue to be the third seed. So we're going to run a 9-man rotation, of course, for the regular season. All right, let's get into it. Let's see if this year can be our year again. So final season, regular season success did not go super well. So I'm not really sure what to take from that, but we ended up as the 6th seed in the East. Yeah, we kind of struggled this year. We're almost a play-in team. Darius Daniels is starting. Is he still listed at point guard? You know what? We might as well move him to shooting guard. He's going to move. I don't know why I didn't do this earlier. So Darius Daniels is our new shooting guard. So we'll take that. So he'll be our new shooting guard. We'll go 8-man rotation. So yeah, this is what your lineup looks like now. So let's go ahead and see if we can go for the 3P here. So Toronto round 1, we beat them last year. So let's see if we can return the favor once again. Now this time they have home court advantage. They're the higher seed. But hopefully we beat them and we're going to get eliminated round 1. So unfortunately the 3P is not going to happen. But you know what? We got back-to-back, bro. I can't be too mad. So the Pacers and the Wolves and the Timberwolves go on to win it all. Shout out to Anthony Edwards. But I'm going to end it on that note. For whatever reason, the team just fell off this year. I don't know why. Not sure. But can't be too mad. Like I said, got back-to-back. I'll take that at the end of the day. I hope you guys enjoyed the video regardless, though. I will see y'all in the next one. Hopefully, Dallas wins tonight. Not that I'm, rooting for... I'm rooting for the Dallas Mavericks to win the series. But at this point, I'm just rooting for a longer series. I just want this to go the distance if possible. I don't want to lose basketball yet. It's been a great season. Anyways, guys, I'll end it here. Thank you guys for watching. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.